Hello, I'm Doug and this is the Taste and Sensibility channel. And today you have stumbled across this channel at day 4 of the Whiskey Advent Calendar for 2019. I am tasting these samples blind and trying to figure out what's in the glass. Is it a Scotch? Is it a bourbon? Is it a rye whiskey or an Irish? Or some other thing from some other part of the world? We don't know, and let's break into chamber number 4 here. I have learned that this particular boxing of the Whiskey Advent Calendar has some that are upright and hard to see what the label is, and some that are oblong and easy to see what the label says. So I am opening this guy from a distance. Those do not be right over the bottle when it's revealed. I'm trying to pull it out without looking at the label and seeing what's there. So I can see the label's pointed away from me, so that's pretty safe. I just gotta dig into the wax and lift it up. Ah. Not working too well. Okay, yeah. This is going well. I can usually figure out a new strategy when I need to. So the background behind that one is when I was opening day number 2, I could see ARD in big letters on the label, and I was like, well, I'm not supposed to see any of this stuff, but okay, let me hide this in the little lens hood there. Okay, now back to the story. I'm not supposed to see any of these things, but I couldn't connect that with any kind of brand of whiskey, so I just went ahead. And I didn't see anything on this one, and it wasn't really pointed up. It was the uninteresting part of the label that was exposed. So this is very yellow. Certainly not colored with E150. So maybe I should go into smelling. Oh, this is fruity, light, like a Penderyn or a Bryn. This is not a Scotch whiskey, I don't think. Some other European country that likes doing malts. Good smell. Sweet, pleasant. It's barely malty. You get more fruit or honey, light fruits, apple, pear, white grapes, kiwi. It's pleasant and nice. People that don't like whiskey might drink this stuff. The nose would not warn them away. And I bet it's pleasant and unchallenging on the palate also. That's why I'm doing it blind. Sweet, fruit, honey. Little tiny note of malt. Yep, and I can't really ever tell about what ABV from my nose. This smells average. There's ethanol in there, but how much? I don't know. 40, 45, yeah. It's not really a clue. So I'm out of clues, so I'll just go ahead and start tasting. A little sharp, a little tangy. It's not quite a citrus flavor, but it's a citrus zest and a ginger zest. It's not real strong, but there's sweet and then there's that ginger citrus thing. I would guess ABV is 40 or 43 from the palate. I'd be surprised if it's higher. I'm not getting the usual malt notes. There's not a maltiness. There's not a biscuity shortbread, butterscotch, anything. So I don't think it's an Irish whiskey. I don't think it's a Scotch. I think it's a European version of a malt. And the malt is very slight, the malt flavor. I'm not getting much malt at all on the palate. And the only other note I'm getting is that zesty citrus thing, ginger maybe. It's very mild, it's very small. Well, 30 or 40% of the flavor. A little sweet, I can tell it's a malt, and then this ginger citrus thing. There's got to be some other notes in there. Let me keep going. There's a little effervescence that's suggesting maybe the ABV's up to 46%. It's a touch of vanilla. I'm going to do a little bit of water. Not a whole lot. I think it's already kind of low on the ABV. But I want to see if it brings out any other flavors or releases anything. So I usually give up early on these types of things. I think it's some other European country's malt whiskey, which I don't want to take lightly or denigrate or make fun of. Just because I'm used to Scotch. A bit more honey, a bit more fruity, apples, pears. Some more light fruits are coming out with the water. But it's light, everything's low intensity. Okay, the ABV punch is kind of surprising. I'm saying 46 now based on the... After adding water, the effervescence is suggesting 46% ABV to me. The malt is hiding. The zesty citrus ginger thing is still there, but lessened in intensity. And the fruity things popped out. So I would say it's most like Bren, which is a French malt. Or maybe one of the Scandinavian malts. It's not very scotchy. It doesn't taste old. It doesn't taste oaked. So it's definitely spirit driven. Not old. They're not focusing on the age or the casks. I don't think it's a wine finish at all. There's no peat, there's no smoke, there's none of that stuff. So I'm saying some European malt. And yeah, let's find out. Nikka Days Blended Whiskey, 40% volume. Okay, so I missed everything. There's a little malt in there somewhere, probably. So I don't even know what this is. Nikka is a Japanese distiller, and they could be doing malt or grain whiskey or any sort of combination of different things. And when they call it blended whiskey at 40%, they're throwing in Some of their cheapest stuff, probably. Japanese whiskeys having a hard time right now, keeping up with demand. They're probably crushed by the demand versus the supply. And they have to put out some cheaper stuff, lower ABVs, lower malt content. And so this is interesting, pleasant, and it got me thinking it's one of the super light European malts, but it's not. Nikka Deya. Is that Days or Deya? I'm so vain. Let's have to pull off my glasses and see that it's an S. Days. Nikka Days blended whiskey, 40%. So, kind of a surprise, but easy to understand when I see what it is. So, that's that one. That's kind of a miss, I would have to say. So if you like these Whiskey Advent Calendar reviews, please give this video a thumbs up to like it. Please leave a comment down below or a question, and we'll interact some. And please subscribe to the channel. Click that bell to get notified whenever we release new videos, which is usually Mondays and Thursdays, but during Whiskey Advent Calendar season, it's every day, December 1st through December 24th, every day. So come back again. And Merry Christmas to all of you.